Hello everyone, welcome back. So in today's video I want to do a quick top 5 on aquarium plants that are ideal for beginners and also for the Walstad method as well. Now a quick caveat, obviously the Walstad method you want 70 to 80% of the tank planted up when you start the tank, which that's how the Walstad method works. It's heavily planted and then as it grows it absorbs all the nutrients. So what I'm going to do is break it up into 2 stem plants, 2 heavy root feeding rosette type plants and a floating plant. So we've got a bit of variation in what we've got in our tank if that was something you were looking at doing. These are in no particular order either, just 5 that I really like, and they'd be great for the Walstad method for certain reasons. Basically 2 stem plants, they're great at absorbing nutrients out the water column. Obviously rosette plants, heavy root feeders, and then a floating plant for the area advantage. It can use CO2 from the atmosphere and absorb nutrients from the water, so we get the best of both worlds. So number 1 for me is definitely Alodia densa. It's a stem plant which grows really quickly. It roots into your substrate to absorb nutrients, and in Diana Walstad's book she says as well as absorbing ammonia and nitrates out the water, also is really good at absorbing nitrates out the water, so it helps lower nitrates as well. Number 2 is Hornwort. It's such a great plant, it's such a fast grower, it really helps keep those nutrients under control, so it's great for both beginners and for Walstad tanks. Just a cracking plant all around. The only problem with it is if it gets unhappy, if you're not looking after it and say it doesn't get enough light, it can crap out on you and just drop all its little needle type foliage. But I've only ever really had it once, that was when there was no light on it, but other than that, it's an absolutely great plant. It's one of the fastest growing plants, and don't forget, beginners and Walstad method, you want really fast growing plants. Now the next one on my list is the Amazon sword. It's an absolute classic in the hobby. It's an absolute monster in your tank. It just grows massive if you look after it and sends out babies, and it just does everything you want an aquarium plant to do. Doesn't mind low light levels. The only thing is, as with all rosette plants, it's a massive root feeder, so ideal for the Walstad method because it gets its roots down into that substrate and spreads them out and just lives its best life in soil. If you're a beginner and you're going to have like a gravel substrate or sand, needs some root tabs in there, probably go through one every 6 weeks, 1 or 2, and that'll keep it happy, grow like mad. Just a great plant really. Now next one on my list, number 4, is Crips, cryptocarine, cryptocorns, whatever you want to call them, wendetii. Everyone's got different names for them. I call them Crips, you can call them whatever you want, and I won't disagree with you because I love Crips. And as with the Amazon swords, heavy root feeders, they'll send out little babies. And one thing I will say about these type of the grown immersed, a lot of aquarium plants are grown out of water, aren't they? You know, because the capitalists can't grow them like we can. They've got to get them done as fast as they can and sell them to us for the most amount of money. So we get a little farm bit of plant, costs us quite a bit of money, and then what happens is we put it in our tank and it's not used to being underwater. It struggles to exist, so what it does is it has to melt, convert all its carbohydrates into growing new roots and leaves that are wanting to live underwater, leaves that can withstand living underwater. And then so when you plant like the likes of the Amazon swords and the Crips, if it melts, craps out on, don't flap, leave it. Most of the time it'll bounce back, it'll just come back and everything will be rosy. Anyway, next one. And last but not least, probably my favourite actually for what it does, benefits to the aquarium, is Sylvania. Absolute great plant. Now, I picked Sylvania, but I could just have easily picked Amazon frogbit or red root floaters, or like you've seen in the picture there in the video, there was water lettuce, there's water hyacinth. All these floating plants, area advantage, they've got the roots in the water, so they're absorbing all the nutrients. They can get the CO2 straight from the atmosphere, so they've got the best of both worlds. Then they can outcompete the algae, or algae, however you pronounce it, and it just helps you balance your aquarium. It's great for a beginner's planted tank. It's great for the Walstad method because it helps balance the nutrients in the initial stages of the aquarium. Just an absolute great plant. So there we go, guys, there's the top 5 from me on my favourite plants for beginners, and also great for the Walstad method. I wanted to do something that I could use in both situations, and I think these are an ideal blend. Whatever you do, don't go near duckweed. Just the only time I ever recommend duckweed is with goldfish, because they nail it. Like, duckweed's got no chance against goldfish. They absolutely love eating it, don't they? So it's the only time I'd recommend it. Never use it for a floating plant in your tank. A lot of fish keepers say it's like herpes. Now, I want to know what they know what herpes is like, because I don't know what herpes is like. But anyway, guys, this has been Aquatic Fanatics. I've been Keith. You guys have been great. Thanks so much for all your support lately. The channel seems to be taking off lately. It's like doubled in 2 months with the amount of support, views, likes. So thanks for all your support, guys. Take care. See you soon.